What's up? I'm Jeremy Branch of the Weekly Pop Movie Podcast and Be Terrible Movies here on YouTube, and you are listening to Pensacola's original nerd podcast, Nerd Cave Network. Be terrible.
Hello, and welcome to the 177th episode of the Nerd Cave Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Robbie Ross, joined along with
Zach Dyke.
Zach. It's been a while, my friend.
Yes, it has.
It's been work is lightening up for me, so I'll be back in full throttle. But how have you been?
Busy and naked.
That's nice. I would like to say, at Central, I've been doing band for about 2 weeks now. I deal with 20 students, and I want to pull out what little bit of hair I have. Sir, how you do it with a Gulf Breeze High School band that does way more than Central High School. I don't know how you do it, but my hat is off to you.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it does feel really good when you get compliments about how the band sounds, but getting to that point.
Oh, yeah. It's such a hard thing to do.
And hearing the songs over and over and daily and over and... Like, I had this one girl, she's trombone, she's a rookie. You know how you have to have the gun thing?
It's the L grip. We don't call it the gun anymore.
My bad.
It's the L grip.
Like, instead, she had her hand through that.
Oh, through
and
like
and
this?
was holding it like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, this is how I was told to hold it. I was like, no, you weren't. I was like, no self-respecting music teacher would ever tell you to hold your trombone
No,
like
honey.
that.
No, honey.
But, I mean, for the most part, it has been fun. But, like I said, my hat is off to you. It's not as easy as you make it look.
Well, I've got a good band, and I've got a good set of kids, and... good staff. That does a lot of it, but it is very tedious.
Do you know the teacher who is in the next room to me? Coach Patrick.
Really?
And one day I was telling my students, they were talking about Coach Patrick. I was like, is he older man, gray hair, history? They're like, yeah. I was like, he paddled me in 6th grade. Lo and behold, this was during third period. 6th period, Coach Patrick walks into my room, and he was like, someone told me I paddled a kid in here. I just wanted to make sure who it was. And he was like, how you been? I was like, I'm good, Coach. How are you? So now, I mean, every morning he sits there and he talks to me, but it was so funny. He's like, I had to see who I paddled. I'm like, yep, that was me.
Yeah.
Gotta love 6th grade.
So, you see that
It is. I told him as soon as we walked in. I was like, it's weird because between me and Zach, we go way back with our facial hairs, and anytime one shaves, the other one's like, no, it shouldn't happen. And yours has definitely been longer than mine.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just looks different.
It's a lot of different. My kids raised over $16,000.
Good job for them.
Yeah, so they brought in a barber and everything, and they shaved me in front of the whole band.
Like, was it 100% clean shave?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Straight razor.
Oh, that was I had that done once, and it feels so good.
Yeah, not for me. Like,
well, I mean,
when they got the first, like, it got so cold right here. Like, I've been so cold or so hot. Like, there's like, you wouldn't think that your beard would make you hot. Like, having a beard would keep you from being hot, but mine definitely did.
Yeah, it's a good insulator.
Yeah, like it keeps a pretty consistent temperature of your face.
It has its own habitat, really.
Yeah. And when they shaved my mustache, that was the weirdest part. They shaved my mustache, and then I started feeling air hit my upper lip for the first time. And God, forever.
That's how it is. It's so weird, but
but so I've been having to deal with that,
but it's coming back.
It's coming back. It's growing at a pretty good clip.
Yeah.
So I should have learned from you. Never bet your beard.
Never bet your beard.
Never bet your beard.
It never ends well. And
so
it leaves you
half
scarred.
A man.
Yeah, very, very half a man.
Half a man.
You feel so naked because that's like your armor. That's like
Mhm.
it's clothing to you, and when it's gone, it's just not, the world's not right.
Yeah, definitely. So, all that being said, Derek's not with us this week. We wanted to send our heartfelt prayers and thoughts towards his family. His grandmother passed away, and he was very close to his grandmother.
Yeah.
So just keep him and his family in your prayers and your thoughts throughout the week. Because
We love you, Joven.
yeah, we love you, man. So, but that being said, I guess we should do the news.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Time for some news. All right.
Go try to move through these.
Going to try to move through these. I really want to do the questions first, just to mess these.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're changing it up. Consistency. Ha!
This is what we do with that. We turn it upside down.
Turn it upside down.
Turn the beat around.
Okay, anyway. So we're going to go with our Facebook questions first because
It's funny because only you know what I was doing.
I know. So every week we go to our awesome Facebook group. You can find it over at facebook.com/nerdcave.
Or you could just search Nerd Cave in the
Yeah.
Facebook search bar.
Yeah, you could do that.
It's been a while since you've had that.
Yep, it has been. But we ask every week, what's your questions or topics that you want us to discuss. And we're going to start off with Nick Viking Horn Caputo, which
Vikings defense, man, Nick. They legit, which makes me happy that the Titans at least was close to them. But I mean, I wouldn't. I could see a Viking Super Bowl.
let's hope not.
I mean, we hope not, but it could happen.
They beat the Packers last week, so
And they beat the Panthers this week.
Mm-hmm. All right, he asked best Telltale game. I'm a connoisseur
You are. I've played
of the
3.
Telltale. The one I think that's resonated the most with me, there's really 2, but season 1 of The Walking Dead would be probably my favorite
Yeah.
Telltale game. The next would be The Wolf Among Us. That one, it's just so good. Like, I can't really explain it, but the first one would definitely be season 1 of The Walking Dead. Clementine and Lee. You can't.
You get emotionally invested in
Yeah.
that one because I've played that one also.
Yeah.
Tales from the Borderland.
It's hilarious. I still need to finish it.
Willis let me borrow it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The Game of Thrones was
pretty good.
Was fun. Like I said, I've only played 4, which were the 2 you've mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
and Tales and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've played all The Walking Dead. I've played Tales. I've played Game of Thrones. I've played Batman, of course. I never played the Jurassic Park, which apparently was awful.
Yeah, I
The
haven't
Jurassic Park one was awful, but the Back to the Future was supposed to be really good, but I never played that one. So, yeah, definitely season 1 of Walking Dead was my favorite. And then Daniel, he said, piggybacking off of this, which series would you like to see Telltale do next?
I know it'll never happen, but I would be cool with like a Power Rangers type.
That would be a pretty good
Telltale.
one. Yeah.
Like I said, I highly doubt they ever make one, but it's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. Breaking Bad would be a pretty cool one.
Ooh, yeah.
It's got that, suspense, and it's got that drama in there. I think it'd be really cool to...
And you get to make drugs.
Yeah,
I mean,
meth. Who doesn't like that?
I mean, we have a Christian meth organization.
Oh, God, back to that. Moving on, Nick also says, with Pokemon Go and soon to be Mario Run, do you see mobile gaming making a bigger splash here in the U.S.? No.
I honestly see it everywhere I go. I see the Marvel Contest of Champions, Pokemon Go. I know every time I go to J and Central, I get asked by at least 30 kids, do you play Hearthstone? And I know Hearthstone's not really just a mobile, but I do. It'll never take a front seat to PC gaming and console gaming, but it is becoming. I feel like the light's being shown a little bit more on that.
Yeah, my biggest thing is these mobile games hit pretty hard. Pokemon Go hit really hard and did really well for about a month, and then it's in the ether now. I think Mario will do well, but it's going to be another endless runner type deal, which I'm excited to play. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But I think the society and the way everything is in the U.S., where we live especially, the bigger cities, I can see it being bigger because you're commuting and everything, but where we live, where we drive to work, we don't take a train, we don't take a bus or anything like that. We actually drive ourselves to work. That's the majority of America, and you don't have time to play that. Once you get to work, you're already working, and handheld gaming has definitely went down over the years. They move units, but it's not as much as it used to be. I know I definitely don't play as much as I used to on my phone. As I've gotten older, it's been more of I text, I email, I check IGN and YouTube, and that is it.
And I'm right there. You know me. I'm the one, a new mobile game's coming out. Let me at least just try it. I'll play it 2 or 3 weeks. All right.
And it's hardcore. Like, yours is like...
Yeah, I'm trying to test it out to see, if it's any good. And it's like the first 3 weeks, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And then it's like that next week, I'm like, yeah, why did I put so much time in this again? And I did a lot, especially with...
NBA 2K.
Yeah, I got real hard into that, especially because I would mostly play it just to get stuff from my
PC.
But like a lot of the games, like the Star Wars, the Marvel, the Pokemon, like I played those on the name premise alone, that's what kind of drove me. Like I still get on Pokemon Go every now and then, but it wasn't like the first month it came out where I was like going to Palafox and it's walking for and now I'm like, oh, well, there's a Magikarp. Let me catch that, and then that's about it.
Yeah, I don't play at all. I haven't played in forever, so I think it's going to get a little bit bigger, but I don't think it'll explode like it is over in Japan. I really don't.
They all about them mobile games.
Moving on, Nick also asked, will Roman defeat Rusev tonight? Sure.
I always go with... I'm guessing he's talking about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I always go with Roman.
I'm hoping that they put Rusev over, though. I really do. I think they need to build somebody up.
Yeah, I agree.
Roman is big right now, but they need to build more of their talent up, and putting him over Roman will help Rusev because they've kind of squandered him for years.
Yeah, and that's one thing that would help them a lot is getting more of these people, getting their names out there more. And even though I would still think that Roman wins this one, it would be a good, I guess, business move for them to let Rusev win that one.
I'll skip around here and just Derek Daniel said, out of the 3 trading card games still going strong, Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh!, which did you play the most growing up? Which did you hate, thought was overrated? Which would you want to go back and play if you had time? It can even be one you wanted to play but never got the chance. Did you ever play any trading card series that is now dead? Example, Duel Masters for me. I only did Pokemon. That was, I collected, but I never played.
I collected and I played. I even had Digimon cards, and I played with those.
I did collect Dragon Ball Z cards as well.
Yeah.
It was more of I want collecting. Like I'm a collector.
I collected, but I also played. Like my biggest thing though was Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the card game that I got really big into. I remember in the band hall playing with the big polar bear Sean himself, playing with I think even Colton Hammond played there for a little bit. The game that I thought was just completely dumb back then was Magic the Gathering. But as I got older and friends of mine who played it, I got on and I started playing a little bit here and there. Now really the only trading card game I play is Bethesda's Skyrim Elder Scrolls card game.
Yeah.
It has a really cool premise behind it, and it's computer based and everything, so I don't have to worry about losing cards.
I actually like Hearthstone. I don't play as much as I could, but Hearthstone's it was pretty cool. I didn't really care about trading card games. Like after I got out of elementary school, it was kind of like that's a waste of money. Let me buy a video game. So it switched from collecting cards to just getting video games. So and then no, I never played any that is dead. So
neither have I.
Yeah.
I guess Digimon. I don't know if that's still.
No, it's not.
Then
It's
yes,
dead.
Digimon.
Adam Gumbert asks thoughts so far on 2K17. He's talking about NBA 2K17. I've played it. One of the things that really ticked me off about it is I download the game and then I start up the game and it says copying game. I'm like, what the crap is this? What does this even mean? It's like 36%. I'm like, okay, well, I can at least play. And it's like, okay, Coach K is going to teach you how to play some of the new mechanics, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. And it has a clock on it. It's like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, when this 10 minutes is up,
You'll play.
I'll be able to get in the game. Well, I finished the game, still 36% copying the game. So I looked it up, and what they were doing, they were recopying and downloading assets for the game. And I've already freaking downloaded the game, and I'm like, what is this? It took almost a day before it was finished.
I've had, I cannot remember what game it was that I bought online at my house.
Was it Elder Scrolls?
Yes. Elder Scrolls Online was just ungodly. It took forever.
Like, downloading it wasn't forever. It was the copying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, it made no sense to me.
That's
if you've
dumb.
already downloaded it, it's already there. If it's a patch, I understand that, but don't tell me you're copying the game.
Yeah.
The game is already there.
Even a patch shouldn't take
No.
a day to download.
No. And with my internet, like, things are very, very quick. But I've gotten into the game more. I've played with my character. Really, really hate the whole name. Like I do. I hate the name.
I wish they would just let you go back like you used to.
Where you could just pick a name.
And pick even just a nickname that they would call you. Like, I was
Flash.
the Black Hole.
I was Flash.
Well, I had always played basketball with Willis and Luke, and anytime they passed it to me, it didn't matter if someone else was wide open, I would take the shot. So I was nicknamed the Black Hole.
Well, mine, I know before they went to the whole giving you a nickname, like mine was Flash, and my guy was named Barry Allen.
Yeah.
So it would call me Barry Allen, and then Flash, all that. So I thought it was really cool.
But now it's
Yeah. The cutscenes are a little bit better. They're not as bad.
I was gonna say last year's was.
The guy, like, it's a very non-ethical voice. Like, it's not like, oh God, okay, my guy is white and he sounds
black.
He sounds black, because that's always been the problem. Not a problem, but it's like, well, can I choose a different voice?
Yeah,
and it's like
you
this.
want it to match how you look.
Yeah. Scanning the face this year, they put it in the actual NBA 2K app. My first one was pretty bad.
Paul Giamatti.
But my second one was pretty good. My lips just look a little weird, so I put a lot of facial hair on me to make it better.
Last year when it did it through the Kinect, like my guy, it scanned my face, and I was like, oh, this actually looks like me. If I didn't have eyebrows or eyelids.
There was one you did one year that looked like perfect, and you're like, I'm going to do it again. I'm like, don't do it again. And then you do it again, and then it's like this disgusting looking thing. You're like, I'm going to just do a preset. And I'm like,
good idea.
I'm like, well, you shouldn't have wasted that one.
Yeah, it's hard to get a perfect one.
They've changed the shot meter. Instead of hitting it in the middle, you fill it up all the way. I'm having to get used to it.
It was just like the same thing last year. I'm planning on getting it one day.
Yeah,
probably.
It's good. Graphics always good. You start in college. You don't do any of the high school stuff. You start in college. You get to pick from like 10 different schools.
Yeah.
I picked Louisville. You play 5 games. If you win enough of them, you get to go in the playoffs, the championship, and everything. And I'm finished with my college career. I'm about to go into the draft, but instead of going straight into the draft, I'm actually on the USA basketball team.
How did you get on the USA baskall team?
Because I'm a boss.
That makes no.
Like, you can play as in real life. You can have college people on the USA basketball team for the Olympics and everything. so I got called up into it. Coach K called me because I'm a boss.
Like,
So-
were you just putting up like 50 points a game?
No, I think it's just part of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not, like I did okay, but I wasn't like God.
Olympic worthy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
that's about as far as I've gotten. I haven't played any yet with the USA basketball team or anything, but it looks good. I'm ready to get more into it. I've wanted to stream it, but I haven't, had a chance or anything.
now, I know everybody knows when you're playing those first few games, your character sucks.
Oh, yeah. The AI is not as bad like in the college. Like, they give you a little bit more room, so it's not as bad, but he's pretty low on the totem pole. And then Derek asks, we're moving on, sorry. The first 2 episode titles of Season 3 of The Flash have been revealed. Episode 1 is titled Flashpoint, and Episode 2 is titled Paradox. Coincidence? I think not. Well played, Greg Berlanti. That was more of a statement than a question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really excited for the new season of Flash. Like, I know you're not there, but some things that just happened in Season 2 were out of this world. Like, I mean, just on a completely different level from the first season. I still think the first season was better, but it was just all around. I just thought that Season 2 had some really cool points, and, just like I said, some of the stuff that happened, I'm not going to go into detail, but watch it if you haven't watched Season 2, because Season 3 is going to blow everybody's mind.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, and we'll get into what's coming to Netflix in a little bit. And then last question, at this point in the year, what's some of your front runners for Game of the Year? So far, we've had games such as Uncharted. We've had Firewatch. We've had a lot of indie games come out. No Man's Sky. We have Madden that's come out. We have NBA, which those won't be.
Those are never
never in the
mix.
top. We soon we'll be getting Gears of War and a few others. But so far, what would you say Game of the Year?
Oh, that is a tough one. I know No Man's Sky was not very well accepted, so that one's definitely out. I think just scenery-wise, Firewatch could be a kind of like a dark horse sleepers type one, but I do believe that when everything comes out, that Battlefield 1 will most likely win it.
I think Uncharted 4. I finished it Wednesday. I took the day off.
Nice.
Finished it and really enjoyed it. I think that one right now is my Game of the Year. I haven't played as much as I wanted to this year, but that one is definitely on the top of everything.
Yeah.
Doom came out this year as well. Haven't played a lot of it. So I'm just kind of in this. I'm in the point right now where Uncharted is the best so far.
Yeah.
Story-wise, graphics, everything, gameplay. On a totally different tier than everybody else, and I would say that one's going to get it over everybody else.
I could see it.
So, and we'll see when we get a little bit further in the year.
Yeah,
because
we got some big hitters.
The next few months is going to be pretty jam packed.